The following podcast is brought to you by Pro Wrestling Connect, Australia's newest choice for event management and brand development specializing in pro wrestling.
And now, the B Plus Wrestling Podcast. Watch global, support local. It's the B Plus Wrestling Podcast.
The move.
B plus.
All right, ladies, gents, and non-binary friends, welcome to the B Plus podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is Wednesday, kind of. It's probably not going to be Wednesday when you hear. It's probably going to be Thursday, which would normally mean nothing because Thursday we don't have episodes, but it does mean for us it's King of Sports Day. You would have already heard in the feed, Wrestling Landscape, Lance Larson, our good friend over in the United States of America, has covered the G1's nights 2 to 4, and now we're going to do it as well, because the more voices on the topic, the merrier, right? So you probably already know what's happened. You're probably keeping up to date. I hope you're keeping up to date, because it is the best wrestling happening at the moment, bar none. I can say that very confidently. In my opinion, it is the best wrestling, bar none, at the moment. And I think someone agrees with me. Big boy Mikey.
Oh, yeah, buddy. I agree wholeheartedly. How you going, mate?
I am well, brother. I am well. How are you doing?
Good. And, yeah, 100% agree. The wrestling world was in competition all week, which was better. The WWE and AEW. I love both.
Yeah.
But, you know what? Everyone,
I think AEW, I'm sorry, I'm going to call bullshit on you there. I think AEW were the very clear winners if you looked at the main roster pay-per-view with WWE. And AEW.
Absolutely.
If you looked at the Evolve show was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm a wrestling fan. What can I say?
Exactly.
WWE isn't wrestling anymore, and that's okay. That's okay.
And it's funny, because of All Elite, and even fucking Evolve got more exposure this week.
It did.
And
I'm happy about it.
Yeah. But at the same time, everyone forgot about this other company that, has been knocking on WWE's doors for about 3 or 4 years as the number 2.
But we did not forget. We did not forget. And when I posted on Instagram when I did the whole, rate the shows from the weekend, G1 had the highest average by far. Like it was most consistently rated. G1 and Newcastle Pro Wrestling. I feel like the people on our Instagram may be a little biased with Australian wrestling. Gee, I wonder where they get that from. But G1 and Newcastle Pro Wrestling got rated higher than AEW or WWE consistently by everyone.
Yeah, and rightfully so. And this is when New Japan's at its best. I think last year, the year before, when they were trying really hard with all the Americanized stuff, and as much as I love the All Elite guys that were there, like Kenny and Bucks and all that, this is when New Japan is at its best. It's when they're that third or fourth option on everyone's TVs. They're in the G1, so this is pure wrestling at its best, and this is when they're at their best, in my opinion. They're the underdogs. You got the true New Japan fans still watching. A lot of the old New Japan fans have gone over to All Elite, or So, I think, I don't know.
Well, the Bullet Club fans kind of left with the Elite, for the most part. A lot of them still watch, though. Like, I listen to podcasts and stuff that cover All Elite Wrestling, and they're New Japan fans as well, but they're definitely, there's definitely a subset of fans that were Bullet Club fans that you could now call Elite fans, which may be a misnomer for the fans themselves, but I just mean it as fans of the Elite. Yeah. So that's definitely a subset. But no, the G1... So here's the thing, though. When I watch the G1, and I feel like we're so spoilt for wrestling these days. We're very spoilt for wrestling. Like, there's a lot of wrestling out there. Not all of it is great, though. But there is so much good wrestling that, like, the G1, I'm watching it, and I'm feeling desensitized to it. Like, I'm watching these matches objectively, trying to do the ratings for Grapple. Get around Grapple, ladies and gentlemen. Australian Pro Wrestling is on there now with PWA, and you can rate and review, and it's democratizing rating systems so we can take the power back from the man Dave Meltzer. You gotta have a look at this. I don't have a single star rating below the Gentleman's 3, right? And that's across 4 nights of wrestling so far. That's just so much good fucking wrestling. Because a Gentleman's 3, like, that's good. That's a good match.
Yeah.
That's a good match, right? And I've got a lot of stuff cracking 4.5. You know, probably the average across the entire tournament so far would be 3.75, which is like just ridiculously high. And when the average is that good, you kind of be like, oh, that match wasn't that great. But then when you look at it objectively, you're like, no, that was pretty fucking incredible. But it's just that every match is so good. And there's no ebb and flow. Like when you watch the AEW show, for example, there was an ebb and flow. There was some stuff that was like, and that makes the better stuff even better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get where you're going with that. It's a hard one to describe. Like, I get where you're going with it, but no, I agree. Like, there's so much good wrestling out there. I mean, like, Noah are going through their junior league at the moment. You know, you get onto.
I've heard really good things about All Japan's Champion Carnival recently as well.
Oh yeah, all the Japanese companies, they do like a heavyweight, a junior tag, and a heavyweight tag. I think all three or four majors do all 4 tournaments every year, at like different stages. So there's always such good wrestling on, and you're right. I mean, All Elite is going to be a little bit different in the fact that. Yeah, you're going to have 1 or 2 moments where you can kind of go, that was shit. And then the next one, you're like, that was so good because that last thing was so shit. But New Japan, like you said, like, you're really comparing 3 to 4.5 pretty much every match. Every one-on-one is a 3 to 4.5.
Like, that's the window, yeah.
That's the window. Like, it doesn't go below that. I think maybe I've got
and that's the window as well. We gotta realize they're keeping up this schedule of wrestling every fucking, like, it's 4 nights a week. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, how do they do it? And I mean, I guess we'll talk about it now. We'll talk about it before we get into breaking down the action. How do they do it? It takes a toll on the bodies. Will Ospreay's working hurt now, right? Now, he can't be the only one, but he's the one that we know about.
Yeah. Like, he's just gone through a Best of Super Juniors. He's just gone through the
New Japan Cup.
New Japan Cup. He's gone through the Australian stuff. Like, he's come down here, led the charge on that tour. I know he's putting so Shingo, but he's putting now G1 into it. It's like, I know the guy had a bit of an injury just before Christmas last year with that. I think it was a rib injury. Ribs? Yeah, ribs.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, he hasn't had a lot of time off, and he's, I don't know, G1 takes a toll on your body and your mind. Yeah, I mean, he's been cleared for the match against Kota Ibushi on Thursday. That scares the shit out of me. If he had anyone else, I don't know. Because you know what Will Ospreay and Kota Ibushi are gonna do, right? They're gonna push that 4.5, 5-star match, you know? They're not gonna rest on their laurels. I am scared that he's gonna, aggravate something even further, but he has been cleared, so I'm guessing New Japan and or Will Ospreay wouldn't fuck around with that. But anyway,
yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's neck, and I don't think they would risk that.
You got to slow down a little. But like, these are grown men. They do the things that they do, and they know they accept the risks. Yeah. And Will Ospreay knows, like, there are people around him telling him to slow down a little, but he's not going to. It's what he does.
He's not at all.
And I mean, this year we've talked about it multiple times. He's probably doing it this year at a higher standard than anyone else. And so you hope that he will listen to the advice and slow down a little, because just take a month off, man. Take a month off after the G1, please. Please don't die.
This is supposed to be his month off. This is the juniors' month off, like especially the international juniors as such, like the Kanemaras and that, they stay around for the undertags and that, the undercard tags, but usually this is time for the guys like Will Ospreay or whoever to go back to the UK or go to the US and do 1 or 2 little indie shows and just chill out for a month or something like that until I think it's Destruction in September, when the real next big thing is. So it's very interesting to see see him go for it. Him and Shingo. I think Shingo is a little bit more. Obviously, doesn't have as riskier of a moveset, so that's a little bit different.
But... Yeah, his style's a little different. He's normally the top, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But no, it is. I mean, it's the style as well. It's definitely the style as well. But let's start breaking down some of the action. Speaking of Shingo opening up block action on night 2 against Juice Robinson. This was a fantastic match. Robinson picks up the win with the pulp friction. There was some great reversal sequences in this match towards the end. I was just like, and that's the thing with the G1, man. The reversal sequences when they get into that final stretch and they kick into that gear. And the thing is too, everything they've done previously always comes into play. The way the G1 matches are structured is just, I mean, it can look formulaic sometimes when you're watching every single night, but this Shingo vs. Juice match is one that I would recommend people seek out to watch. I loved this match. I went 4.25 on Grapple.
Yeah, I haven't rated yet, but like in my head, I gave it a 4.25. Probably my second match of the night, like top 2. Like I've got 3 matches of the night. This is probably number 2. We've got another one later.
Right, I have this as match of the night for this night.
There you go.
Oh, well, actually equal with Kobanishi, which we'll get to.
Yeah. But yeah, no, fantastic stuff. I did not get this right in my pick'em. I am leading my pick'em comp with the PWA community based on Discord there, but like referee Nick on like 1 or 2 things right out of 4 nights. So I'm going well. I've got 12 points so far, but this one I fucked up on.
This is why he's referee Nick, not Booker Nick.
Exactly. No. This is this is one that I did not pick. I did not expect Juice to be. We'll get to it in a couple of minutes, but wasn't.
I think we'd have to go back and listen, but I'm pretty sure I picked Juice in this one.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Moving on. I'm pretty sure we went opposites on almost everything.
Except for this.
Moxley versus Taichi. Obviously, Moxley wins.
Yeah.
This is a good match for a Taichi match. We've said it multiple times as we're previewing the G1. We're like, the first half of the G1 is not Moxley's half. Like the second half is where Moxley gets all the good matches. So, it is what it is. I gave it, this is one of those ones where I gave it the gentleman's 3. Because even though it was like, it's still better than most wrestling.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm looking forward to some of Moxley's later matches in the block. But
that's where he's going to shine. That's where he's going to shine.
Yeah, and decent with Taichi. Taichi is playing his Taichi role very well. He's basically replacing Minoru Suzuki in this tournament. Like we know.
And Iizuka, right, with the iron hand, the iron claw thing that he does. I mean, he's got the Iizuka gimmick now.
Pretty much. So,
which is weird. It's weird. He's like this weird Phantom of the Opera Iizuka monster thing. I don't know about Taichi, man.
Yeah.
I'm just not a Taichi guy. It's Taichi and Yoshihashi. I'm just like, how are these things that exist?
I really hope it's never going to be Taichi Gun because like someone's going to take over Suzuki as a leader.
It's going to be.
But
it's going to be.
Surely it needs to be Saber Gun.
Vegan Gun.
Oh, God. Yeah, all right.
Vegan Gun. He'll only let other wrestlers in if they're vegans. It's Richie Taylor's chance. This is a good match. Moxley wins. Moving on. Yano defeats Naito. Now, this is important. This is important because the last time Toru Yano beat Naito in the G1, Naito went on to win the whole damn thing. Yano is Naito's good luck charm. Calling it. I'm switching my predictions, and this is why we don't do pick'ems, because I can switch my predictions on the fly as the points start to stack up. Naito is winning the G1 this year.
I really bloody hope so, because it doesn't look good at the start. But, you're right. So the last time Naito won the comp, he lost to Yano in round 1. It's a very very good fact check there. I like that.
Thank you, Chris Charlton. don't give credit to me. That's all Chris Charlton.
You could have taken credit for it. No one would have known. No,
no one would have known. No, but I'm not going to take credit for someone else's fact checking. Yeah, but I'm just saying. You're bringing that up. I reckon it's happening again. It's foreshadowing. Yeah. We're going to get a Naito win. But Yano, he proves once again that he is the man that can win against anyone. It does not matter how big of a fucking star you are. Yano can beat you at any time.
And he's not Taichi. When you see Taichi on the card, you're like, yeah, no, I don't think he's going to win. Yano, you're like...
but Yano's entertaining.
Yeah, he is. And I told you this last week's podcast. I'm like, with Yano, you just never fucking know. You never know. Like, you never know Yano. So, yeah, and this is you never know. I was not expecting NATO to go 0-1, but anyway, the next match, though, this was my match of the night.
Yeah, definite recommend Jeff Cobb versus Ishii. Fucking, oh man. So I went 4.25 on this one as well. This was my equal match of the night, but I almost popped it up to 4.5 just for one fucking spot. One fucking spot, man. When Tomohiro Ishii goes for that sliding lariat and Jeff Cobb just eats it on the chest and wraps his arm around him and stands up and starts to set up for the Tour of the Islands and shit. Oh, man. I popped so fucking hard for that. I'm like, the full force of Ishii sliding at you and you just catch him and stand up. Oof. Oof, what a man.
It was fantastic. Ishii, I don't know, like, he's never going to win the G1, let's be honest, but, he just doesn't have that booking appeal, which is really frustrating because he does to me, but he never seems to be in the top 5 or 6 contenders, in the company, but he's doing such a fantastic job. And Cobb, this is his intro to the G1. Oh, God, he's fantastic. Cobb is someone that these companies, whether it's New Japan or Ring, just need to lock up. Because, I don't...
Yeah, how he's floating around, I don't know.
Because he is that...
Well, to be fair, he could work on the personality aspects of his game.
Yeah, that's fair. It's still a little bit... And he's still ridiculously young.
What would you... okay, all the best wrestlers have nicknames, right? The Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? The People's Champ, The Rock. Riley, would you shut up, please? You're not meant to be on this podcast. Never heard of her. Okay, cool. The Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe, who I put up there, right? But what are you going to call Jeff Cobb? The Smiling Hawaiian?
Cobb Loaf.
The Cobb Loaf? What the fuck is that, big boy?
I don't know.
It's not a thing.
I'm
just saying,
it's a Cobb Loaf.
He could pick up that aspect of his game. I don't think I've ever seen dude cut a promo.
I just realized, sort of wikied while we were doing this, he's 37 already.
Ooh. Yeah, because he did like all the Olympic stuff and everything first,
so maybe
right?
his window for big boys is not going to be there.
Yeah. Maybe there's actually a roof. Maybe there's I don't know. Maybe that's why he's not getting signed. Maybe that's why people are like, you can do your thing.
Someone like Keith Lee's, he hasn't even hit 30, I don't think. And obviously Jonah and that, like Jonah's only 30, 31, pretty sure. So so maybe Cobb has missed that boat in that age gap. But anyway, I'm happy for him to be in New Japan and Ring of Honor forever. He's fantastic. This match was... I'm on Grapple now. Getting a plug in. I'm on Grapple now. I'm rating this 4.5 because I wanted to all week. This is, fantastic.
Alrighty. And then we got Jay White versus Goto. Jay White is off to a great start in the first week of the G1. I'm really enjoying his work. Last year, people were complaining about, his cheating and stuff, and he was very over the top with the Bullet Club shenanigans last year. This year, he's letting the work speak for itself, and he's showing that he can be a top-tier G1 wrestler. I went 3.75 on this one. Jay White loses. Goto picks up the win, which you got to get some wins for Goto. He is the vet. He has to always look strong going through this tournament. But Jay White looked really good in the loss.
Yeah. And actually, we'll get to it in a second when we get to the night 2 for Block B.
Night 4.
Jay White also had a match of the night contender on that one. So, Jay White is looking...
Yes. Of course. Look, looking ahead, when you go against Ishii, we've talked about this last year. Ishii is match of the night every fucking night. It's ridiculous how he's not everyone's favorite wrestler. I don't understand.
Ishii and Goto are pretty much your locks for a really good match. Both of them, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's move on to night 3. Lance Archer defeats Bad Luck Fale. Gave it 3 stars, which is way more than I thought I would give a Lance Archer Bad Luck Fale match. If you asked me last year, I'd be like, it's going to be 1.7, brother. And Archer has come a long fucking way.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing the last couple of months since he's been on the D-Lo, but man, he is impressive.
Yeah, he could be a fucking star, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting real star, like, with the red hair now and the stealing Suzuki's thing and beating up the young lions on his way in and out of the ring. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I'm buying him as a big fucking monster, prick heel, spitting water. I want him to spit the water.
Because when you're that size, it doesn't really matter how old you are. I mean, we're just talking about this with Cobb. I mean,
yeah, I mean, The Undertaker's still going, right?
Lance Archer's already 42, or 41, 42. He's been going for 18 years, for fuck's sake. Like, all that TNA, WWE stuff he's done in the past. But, yeah, give him a push for the next couple of years before he officially hangs up the boots full-time or something. But, yeah, there's star potential in him, and he's reinvented himself. He's like one of those, it's kind of like PCO. Kind of like, you just reinvent yourself as you get older, and it's just brilliant. LA Park. LA Park is another one that's, yeah. I say big things for Lance Archer if he keeps going this way. I mean, fucking Davey Boy reinvented himself over in MLW with the Heart Foundation. He's looking really good now. So, yeah. Fale just, I don't know.
Yeah. So Lance Archer picks up the win, though, and then we move on to Ospreay and Sonata. Ospreay picks up the win here, defeating Sonata. Again, great reversal sequences around the Oz Cutter and the Skull End towards the end. This, I guess it's telling now that we know Ospreay is working hurt, because I went 3.5 on this. This is probably the worst Ospreay match I've seen in months.
Interesting. I actually went 4 for this. I actually really like this. Will Ospreay and Sonata have a really good in-ring connection there, and I really enjoyed their stuff there. But yeah, I mean, I guess at the time I didn't realize he was working hurt. So,
well, I didn't realize either, but I realized that this match wasn't as good as I expected. Right? It was still, again, 3.5 stars, brother. Like, I'm talking about G1 not good. It's and the G1 this year is about 10 times better than it was last year. And last year's had, like, when we got to the end of the year and we were looking at Match of the Year contenders, it was like almost all G1. Yeah. So, it's ridiculous. We're spoiled. Again, we're spoiled. Evil, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Carter. This is my shit. I love Zack Sabre
IWGP Heavyweight versus British Heavyweight Champ. This is fantastic. Surprising, though. We're going to say this a couple...
Yeah, we both picked Zack Sabre Jr. here, didn't we?
And we're going to say this a couple of times over the next, sort of 2 nights that we're covering. I would not expect Zack Sabre Jr. to be sitting on 0-2. No. Okada, 2-0, fair enough. Lance Archer, 2-0, okay. Ospreay and Sonata, 1-1, that's fine. But yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. 0-1. I mean, 0-2 at this stage. Yeah.
Can I just mark out for a second? Can I just mark out over Zack Sabre Jr., right? Can I just mark out for a second? He's so fucking smooth. Yeah. He's so smooth. His transitions are impeccable. Like, there's no one.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, when he's like tying him up into a pretzel and rolling him up into the pins and bridging out of it, I'm just like, how do you have bones? Like, what is going on? It's ridiculous. And he's so smooth with it. I love Zack Sabre Jr. I gave this one 4 stars on Graph.
Zack Sabre Jr., the best thing about Zack Sabre Jr. is not even just his wrestling.
Don't say it's his politics.
No, it's his promos. His promos, backstage promos are some of the best. And they're... I don't know the guy in real life from Bar of Soap. I've met the guy once, shook their hand once. But he looks like he's not even fucking a gimmick. Like, it's just him being a whingy like Brit.
It's 100% just him. I feel like if you saw him out at the bar, he would be exactly
the way. Like, he'll come back and he's like, huffing and puffing after the match, like he's, fucking, like, and he just like run down and he just like, the shit that he did in America, like with the Shakespeare quote. I'm like, That is a quote of the fucking year. I'm like,
I just loved when I loved when he complained about the warm beer or whatever, and then he brings it back later, and like 3 months later when he gets given a beer, and he's like, "Oh, this one's actually cold. About fucking time, you know." Or the best one was when he's like, "Kota Ibushi going up for the moonsault. I'm gonna fucking move." Like,
yeah.
He does. He's just a bloke being a bloke. But I don't know. Zack Sabre Jr., the man. I don't know. But as a wrestler, fuck me, he's so good. Yeah. Moving on, Evil Kota Ibushi. What about Evil kicking out of the Bomber with no fucking knee pad? Like,
yeah, right. And Kota Ibushi going 0-2.
Like, yeah. I picked that.
Really? Like 0-2.
Yeah, we disagreed on this one. We disagreed on this one.
0-2 for Kota Ibushi. It's crazy. I mean, he has just signed his contract for life, so there's a lot of time to catch up in the future. But
yeah, he's there forever. He doesn't need to win this year.
But Evil looks really good.
Unless he takes another one of those fucking apron neck bumps.
Let's hope it's not next match, because I don't want anyone hurting themselves in that next match with Kota.
Yeah, so Evil picks up the win with Everything is Evil. Went 3.75 on this one on Grapple. And then we get the match of the night for my money. Kenta defeating Tanahashi with the GTS. Just watch the match, people.
What a dream matchup just to start with. I mean, it's the junior ace of Noah, and it's the ace of New Japan. Like, this is like...
Yeah, and they put that over on commentary too, how this would have never happened, and no one ever thought this match would happen, because then he went to the other company, and, all that stuff. I love how they just call it the other company. Like, just fucking name it, you cowards!
WWE has no problem with calling out the IWGP titles and stuff. And just, what? Yeah. But, it is. And, someone like a Masawa would be smiling from ear to ear watching something like this. This is fantastic. Kenta... Mm-hmm. I think we touched on it last week. Like, who the fuck is Hideo Itami? Just forget everything that you saw for the last 5 years or 4 years. Remember what you saw in Noah. Watch what you're doing now.
Kenta could do with forgetting Hideo Itami's love for donuts.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean,
just saying, he's got the attitude back, like the facials back. And all of that came from, direction. He was told, "Oh, you can't be too serious. Like, we want you to be a little more fun, or this or that, or blah, blah, blah." And they were all over the place with what they were telling him. And that's why on 205, he was like week to week a different man. And it was just trash. And that all came from direction. But now he's back to just being himself. He's got the attitude back. He looks like a killer. He acts like a killer. He walks like a killer. He fucking kicks like a killer. But yeah, he's, the donuts are still... I think he's still spending too much money at IHOP.
Well, it's...
pancakes and donuts.
TGIFs in Japan, isn't it? That's the...
America did a number on it. All right. He's getting older.
It will do that to you.
He's got that dad weight on.
America will do that to you. I was on the plane on my holiday.
You were small boy, Mikey, before you went to America for the first time.
Yeah, like 10 years ago. No, I've never been... I've never been a small boy. But no, me and my wife went over, like, we won't be too bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, we'll have a little bit. Mate, first fucking couple of days in, we're like, neck deep in bloody In-N-Out burger and shit.
None of your clothes fit anymore. And you're like, we've been here 3 days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's America. Night 4. Shingo versus Yano. Yano matches we don't really need to talk about too much. We've talked about it before, right? It's kind of like the night off almost for the person who's working them. It's just a nice, light, fun match. Shingo picks up the win here, 3 stars. Gentleman's 3. It was fun to watch, but nothing to write home about. Yeah, and then we move on to Goto and Juice. I really enjoyed this match.
So did I, and
Juice is having a good G1.
He sure is. Again, mentioned it before. This is one of those ones I wasn't expecting Juice to go 2-0. I was not expecting Juice to go 2-0. Last year he had a terrible run of it, so this is his redemption year. So,
so he wins with the Pulp Friction. They're really building that move up, but it took the left hand to God and the headbutt to the chest, which was new. He headbutts him right in the fucking chest, punches him in the face, and then drops him on his head. I like aggressive Juice. I like what Mox did to him.
Yeah, this is the better Juice. Like, show that aggressive side. And I think it's coming out of that rivalry, or that one match rivalry with Moxley. I think they brought out the animal in Juice, and I like it. The Moxley bit his head, and freaking now he's fired up, and he is. Yeah, I like it. I like this side of Juice.
I'm into it. We are seeing the left hand starting to hurt again, which takes away the left hand to God. They did this in the last year when he was working with the broken hand, right? But it's this is one criticism I will have of G1 tournaments. It makes sense. Like, if you look at wrestling as a sport, it does make sense, and as it helps with the storytelling aspect as well. So I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it's just that they do it too often and with too many guys. There's 3 or 4 guys at the moment. You got Juice's hand. You have, what is it, Tanahashi? What's Tanahashi working?
The leg.
I don't even know. Tanahashi's got something hurt. I've got it in my notes here somewhere else as well, right? Like Cobb. There's Cobb's shoulder, right? And Moxley starts going after Cobb's shoulder. Everyone has a body part that just gets worked over throughout the entire tournament, and it becomes a little bit old hat.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's logical.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's overused.
When I first started getting into wrestling, I don't usually like to talk about my father because I've got daddy issues. But when I first started getting into wrestling, this is
I believe Riley over here would say we all have daddy issues.
Some of us more than others.
No, when I first started getting into wrestling when I was a kid, my dad used to hate any wrestler that came into the ring wearing like a tape or a thing on his hand. He's just like, I hate that because it frustrates me because it just shows that they're going to work over that. As someone that's injured, you don't show that in a match. And like I still take that into my matches now. I'm like obviously, like,
don't put a target on you.
Put a target on you, and I get your gripe behind that, but when it's like 1 or 2, I think last year they only had like 1 or 2 that they're going to work on. And now Will's injured, and they're going to make a thing out of his neck.
Of course they'll make a thing out of it. Of course they will. Which is dangerous because they're going to drop him on his neck because his neck's hurt. Yeah. So that's smart. Moxley and Jeff Cobb really enjoyed this match as well. This is probably Moxley's best match so far in G1. I actually bumped this up to 3.25. But again, he went after the hurt shoulder on Jeff Cobb. It came into play really, really well throughout the match, though, when Jeff Cobb would go for suplexes and stuff and just couldn't get him up on that shoulder. And then he tries to switch and it's just not working for him. Mox gets the win with the hanging Death Rider off the ropes, which was a nice little twist on his finish. I thought it was good.
And it's the next 2 matches, especially the next one, which...
Jay White versus Ishii, match of the night?
Match of the tournament so far. This is...
Oh, that's a big call,
Ishii, Jay White, fantastic.
G White?
G White, yeah.
Who the fuck is G White?
G1 White, I don't know.
Where do you stand on the controversial issue of Jay White's beard?
I like it. Yeah.
You like it? Because the Twitterverse aren't enjoying it. People are variously telling him to either shave it off or get one of those pencil things and draw in the bits on the missing bits. But I like it, man. I like watching a beard come to fruition. And he's doing well. Yeah. He's a young dude, you know? My beard didn't come in till I was like 27. Yeah. I tried, and it was awful. Don't look at photos.
Look at Sonata. Sonata's beard has been growing for about 2 years. It's a fucking...
Sonata's beard is just his hair on his chin.
Exactly, but like there was a growth. Like there was this. We all watched it. Like we all grew up with it. Like we all watched the beard come in. Like he had this beautiful baby face, and no, I'm happy for it. No.
We have to do an entirely separate standalone podcast on beards in wrestling and why Richie Taylor's is the best. So we'll get to that though. If anyone wants to pay us for it, you can get on Ko-fi. Is that how you say it? Ko-fi? Coffee? And you can buy us a coffee or whatever. Or you can go to Patreon, of course, where you can get the custom episodes as well. So get around those. ko-fi.com/theb+ or patreon.com/theb+ if you want to help us out. And if you want to hear us talk about beards in wrestling, because let's be real, who doesn't want to hear us talk about that?
Top 5 beards in wrestling. Go. No, I'm joking. No, that'd be a brilliant idea.
I would need some time, Mikey. I can't just do that off the top of my head. I would need to examine footage because People think you just need to look at photos to analyze the beard, but you don't. You need to see how the beard moves in the ring, how it's a whole thing, man. I would need some time.
Like a Bray Wyatt beard. Bray Wyatt. I love Bray Wyatt's beards. Anyway, Eric Rowan's beard. I love Eric Rowan's big orange beard.
Stop talking about beards. We're getting on tangents. I know I started this. I apologize. Anyway, Jay White's beard. Jay White's beard. I approve. I approve of Jay White's beard, and I approve of this match. I approve
of give Ishii the G1. I know it's not going to happen, but give it to him because he's
never going to happen. I wish it did.
He's just so fucking good.
Can we just start calling him Mr. G1? Yeah. Can we? We're doing it. We're doing it. The B Plus have coined it. Tomohiro Ishii, Mr. G1. Doesn't suit his aesthetic at all. That's kind of like a cocky guy thing, but whatever. He is Mr. G1 to me. Naito versus Taichi. Taichi decidedly not Mr. G1. Why is this the main event and not Jay White versus Ishii? Why? What possible reason? I mean, if you look at, Naito's a big star, yes, but Jay White's a big star. Like, how was this the main event? How does Taichi get a main event?
Yeah,
this makes me mad, Mikey.
And I don't think Taichi or Naito are from Sapporo, so I don't get they had some sort of like moment there. And, I don't know, end it with a heel winning. Like,
whole match revolved around the Iron Glove. He ultimately hits the Iron Glove and he gets the win. Woo! Yay, Taichi!
I just read it is Taichi's home state, so maybe they gave it to him.
No, I don't care if it's his home fucking
New Japan,
town. Go away, Taichi. No one loves you.
New Japan do good things with that, unlike WWE that like make you lose in your hometown every time.
Yeah, no, they let the hometown boy win to cut the go home promo, but no one wants a go home promo from Taichi. No one.
We do get to see Yoshinobu Kanemaru in the main event, so that's fine. No, and Naito 0-2. So are you still behind your idea with Naito? Now he's 0-2 because
he's going to win. Yeah, he's going to be
Naito
the comeback
was my choice from the start because I fucking love Naito and I want him to win everything ever.
Yeah. I can't remember who I chose. I'm going to say I chose Ibushi. But I can't remember. but now I'm going with Naito. He's the comeback kid. He lost to Yano in the opening round. Last time he did that, he won the G1. It's going to happen. They've foreshadowed it. I see it. I see the writing on the wall. Naito is going to one of the nights at the Dome. But let's have a look very quickly at nights 5, 6, and 7. Before we do, I'm going to tell you about some sponsors of the show and ways that you can help support us by supporting them.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey guys, just a reminder, if you want to hear all of these wonderful B Plus podcast episodes completely ad-free, make sure you head over to Patreon or Podbean, where we are the featured podcast this week. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month, up to $10 a month, where anything you want to help us with, it really helps out. It's going to help us grow the site. It's going to help us redesign some things, and everything that we get through this and through the advertising as well is all going straight back into the podcast so that we can get Aussie Graps out there for the rest of the world to hear about, for the rest of the world to see, so we can grow this mission of watch global, support local, and build indie wrestling. So if you want to be a part of that and get some really cool rewards like call-in shows, bonus episodes, ad-free like I mentioned, then head over to patreon.com/theb+ and subscribe today. Hey everyone, just want to take a second to tell you about one of our new sponsors, OUTBREAK NUTRITION. OUTBREAK NUTRITION are creating supplements for survival, sharper minds, quicker reflexes, all the energy you need to take your performance to the next level, whether that be on the field, in the gym, on the gaming field. That's right, they have specifically designed gaming supplements as well to help you focus on those late night sessions. They even sell coffee, you guys, at OUTBREAK NUTRITION. You can get coffee pods, you can get coffee beans, you can get supplements for the bedroom as well if you want to enhance your performance there. These are performance enhancing supplements for every aspect of your life, specifically designed by gamers, for gamers, to stay fit and healthy in the gym, to stay sharp and focused on the game, and to dominate in all areas of life. So check out OutbreakNutrition.com, and for being a listener of our podcast, they will give you 10% off your order when you enter the code B+. That is BPLUS at checkout. So make sure, if you want to stay on top of your game, if you want to take your performance to the next level, OutbreakNutrition.com, enter the code B+ at checkout. This month, we are sponsored by Grapple, a fantastic new wrestling app available on iOS and Google Play, completely for free, where you can rate all the matches that you watch in WWE, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, all across the world, and we are even getting Australian wrestling involved in the Grapple app rating system as well, starting with PWA Pro Wrestling Australia. Their Green Label event from the other week is up there. The Black Label event, All Eyes on Troy, is up there. And the last 2 years of events, at least, are up on Grapple right now for you to rate so that people can get around our Aussie wrestling and see that we are just as good as anywhere else in the world. Basically, Grapple is a Rotten Tomatoes for wrestling. Now we all get a say. It is the democratization of match rating systems for pro wrestling. It's amazing. So I get a say, you get a say. You can follow me on there at Greg Unchained. You can follow Big Boy Mikey at B+_Big Boy. At Mr. Mysterious is on there. At Danders is on there. At Jay is on there. We're all on there rating the matches that we watch. So follow us. We'll follow you back. Let's build this community and get as many Australian wrestling fans onto the Grapple app as we can. You can download it right now. It has over 30,000 matches on there going back to 1985, 15 promotions around the world. There's so much to do on the Grapple app. It's a great little community, so get around it. It's Grapple, GRAPPL.co, and it's for free on App Store and Google Play. Get around it.
All right, we are smashing into, night 5, 6, and 7, do we say? Starting Thursday night, tonight, whatever time you're listening to this. All 3 nights are Corrigan, so let's smash it through. A block, Kenta versus Lance Archer. That's going to be very interesting. 2 ex-WWE workers. I believe Kenta will make this 3-0, and Lance Archer will pick up his first loss, but it should still be interesting.
I think this makes Lance Archer. I think that you can, with the way they've made him a star instantly in the opening rounds, you can have him go over Kenta here without it hurting Kenta too much. I mean, I could see it going either way, but I'm going to put my risky choice of the week on Lance Archer.
Yeah, fair enough. Very possible. Lance Archer is having a great start. The next match, very awkward. I've never seen this one-on-one. Evil versus Sonata.
It's got to be Evil, right?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Sonata, only the fact that, Evil fucking kicked out of the Common Guy with fucking, yeah. I'm going to go with Sonata. But this is going to go down. This will be my underrated match of the night. This is going to be phenomenal, Evil and Sonata.
Yeah. Is this their first time facing off?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, when partners go at it, man, they're going to hit each other harder than anyone else will.
Yeah, especially under these monikers, and maybe in the past as Young Lions or whatever, but
yeah,
as Evil and Sonata, yeah. Okada, Fale, these guys are no strangers to each other. They've had many G1 one-on-ones. I'm going to go with Okada, but never know, because Fale has beaten Okada in the past in G1 competitions, so I'm not going to completely write off Fale, but I'm going to go with Okada.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking Okada here, for sure. I don't think Fale's going to get a win over Okada this time around.
Yeah. And next, Tanahashi, Zack Sabre Jr., both on 0-2. Who gets their first victory?
Ooh. This is a tough one.
I'm going to go with Tanahashi because I just cannot see Tanahashi being 0-3 in the G1. I just can't see it. I can't say it with Zack Sabre, but at least...
Yeah, but you don't want Zack Sabre there either. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. I'm going to put it on Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, Tanahashi winning and setting something up for Royal Quest.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I'm switching on the fly. This is why we don't do pick'ems. Tanahashi.
Fair enough. Obviously, with a little bit of injury cloud here, Will Ospreay versus Kota Ibushi in the rematch from Wrestle Kingdom. I'm going to go with Kota Ibushi. Maybe New Japan has to start booking Ospreay with a few losses just to protect, just in case.
Yeah, but I think he was always going to lose here. Yeah, Kota Ibushi for the win in this match.
Yeah, to get his first victory. But anyway.
Yeah, so on to night 6.
Yeah, night 6. Sticking with Corrigan. Shingo Takagi versus Taichi.
B block action.
B block action, yes, let's say that. Shingo versus Taichi. Shingo for me, but never know with Taichi.
Let's hope Shingo beats Taichi. Fuck Taichi. I have Taichi going with no more wins. No more wins for you, Taichi. This is the year of Taichi hate. Last year it was Yoshihashi. This year it's Taichi. Fuck this guy. Get him out of the G1. Why? Why is Minoru Suzuki not in the G1 and Taichi is in the fucking G? I get Minoru Suzuki's getting old and maybe the schedule. I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever. I don't give a shit. Put Shota Umino in there for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, you'd have to put someone Suzuki going, I'd rather fucking Kanemaru become a heavyweight. But anyway.
Anyone but Taichi. Yeah. Anyone.
It's only because Suzuki couldn't take back bumps this year. So that's the only reason he's not in the tournament.
So Juice Robinson versus Jeff Cobb. We got the hurt hand versus the hurt shoulder. Which one wins?
I'm going to go with Juice going 3-0. I hate picking against my boy. Jeff Cobb's my boy, but yeah, I think Juice goes 3-0.
I'm on the other side of the fence, man. Jeff Cobb picks up the win here. Juice Robinson goes for the left-handed god, hurts his hand even further on Jeff Cobb's thick skull, and Jeff Cobb picks up the win.
Yeah, fair enough. Next up, Yano J. White.
Also, his thick skull. That's just. I'm not saying he's thick-headed or anything. I'm sure he's an intelligent man. He's got a college degree and all that stuff. I just wrestling logic.
Fair enough.
Islander. Thick head. You know how it works. That's why he does headbutts. Anyway, Toriano and Jay White. Who you got?
I'm going with Jay White and luscious beard.
Yes. Jay White's beard for the win. I see him going very far in this tournament. Hiroki Goto, Tetsuya Naito. This is a tough one to pick.
Yeah, I have to say Naito. I'm going Naito every single match for the rest of the tournament because he has to win every other match to win the tournament. So
Naito. This or the next one are probably going to be match of the week for me. But because Goto, like you said, always good. Naito, he pumps out the best G1 matches. But up next, we got Tomohiro Ishii and John motherfucking Moxley. I think this is going to be potentially my favorite match of the entire tournament. I've been looking forward to this match.
A former dog of war versus a pit bull.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about him still coming through the crowd?
Yeah, it is what it is. You got to play on your references through your career somehow.
I guess.
Yeah, I like it. And that Moxley doing the crowd thing made more sense ever than Seth and Roman ever doing it. Moxley is that crowd guy. He's kind of like that Scott Hall kind of. Anyway,
very true.
We
picking Moxley here? We picking Moxley here, or is this where we give it to Mr. G1? Give it to Mr. G1, and Moxley can take his first loss. This will be his first loss since coming back, since leaving the asylum, right?
Yeah, shit, it would be. So yeah, it'd be a very big victory for Ishii if he does get that. Ooh.
Yeah, well, Moxley's the biggest star in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
So, but I think Mr. G1 gets the win over Moxley here because points wise, it just makes sense. You can't have Moxley clean sweeping.
No,
you just can't. Yeah.
No. And then we carry over to Saturday night for more A block action. Zack Sabre Jr. Bad Luck Fale kick it off here. This is where I think Zack Sabre gets his first victory because I went Tanahashi the last one, but surely Zack Sabre beats Fale.
Well, see, I would have had Bad Luck Fale here, but because I switched on the fly to Tanahashi to set up Royal Quest, I'm switching on the fly again, and I'm giving Zack Sabre Jr. his first win here as well.
Okay. Fair call.
Yeah. Tap out Bad Luck Fale.
Yep. Good luck on that. See what I did there. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Lance Archer. I'm going to go with Tanahashi.
Tanahashi
coming back up, coming back up the slide there.
Yeah.
Kenta Evil. Every time I see Kenta's name next to someone else, I'm like, this is a really good matchup. Like something we haven't seen before. Kenta Evil. This is going to be fantastic.
Kenta's been gone.
I know,
and he's back. Kenta wins.
Yeah, Kenta wins. Kenta wins there. Kota Ibushi, Sonata.
We're getting Kenta versus Naito in the final, aren't we? That's what's happening. This is what's taking place in my mind right now.
That's my hope.
Yeah.
Next up, Kota Ibushi, Sonata. Another match I don't think I've ever seen as a one-on-one. This is, all these G1s sort of blend into each other when you see the same names every year. But Kota Ibushi, Sonata, this looks fantastic. I'm going to go with Kota Ibushi because, like Tanahashi, I think Kota Ibushi and like Naito start their climb this week a little bit more. But I'm going with Sonata on this one because, and this is why the B+ will never do pick'ems. I swear to God, because you can't tell until they start
until night 1 and 2 have rolled around and you see what direction the stories are taking, there's no way you can do the pick'ems. I don't like the pick'ems. I've definitely got Sonata going over here because Kota Ibushi, they're not putting the shine on him this year. They're just not.
Yeah. Give it very, very much so. But it's the final match of that night that is got star potential written all over it. We've seen this a few times. The former
mentor versus mentee.
Mentor versus mentee. Okada, Ospreay, big brother, little brother. Okada wins, but this is going to be a fantastic match. So
I'm going to go for a second wild pick, and I'm going to say Ospreay gets a huge upset victory over Kazuchika Okada here.
That'll be the first time Ospreay's ever.
It's not going to happen, but I'm gonna put it out there so that if it does, I can be like, I said it.
Yeah,
and it's recorded. So
yeah,
but that's the G1. That's the G1 for this last week, and the G1 coming up. And of course, normally on this show we would talk Ring of Honor, we would talk CMLL. But here's the thing, guys. The G1 is basically every fucking night. And also this weekend, we had AEW, we had Evolve, we had WWE, we had Newcastle Pro Wrestling. Like, I'm sorry. I can't watch everything. I try my hardest. Some things I actually watch on 2x speed. Ring of Honor is one of those things because I'm like, it's just Ring of Honor. I watch it on 2x speed and like sort of, muscle through it. But there just was not enough hours in the week.
Yeah. I
have to sleep sometimes.
There is. But before we go, I do want to touch on one little bit of news. We talked about this off air. Rev Pro are going to start a tag tournament on their cockpit shows early August. They haven't announced which teams, but that team does get, like the winner of the tournament gets a shot at the tag champs, the IWGP tag champs, at the Royal Quest show at the end of August. And from a little bit of, when you see things on Twitter, you're like, oh, is this a little sign? Signs are showing that Aussie Open may be leaving Rev Pro. I could just be reading into it wrong. But there's a potential that Aussie Open finally comes to New Japan Tag League at the end of the year. Fuck it, that'd be amazing. Imagine Aussie Open, Robbie Eagles all being in Bullet Club. In New Japan at the same time. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of Aussies. A lot of Aussies. Now we conquer India.
And one more thing before I go, sorry. Jushin Thunder Liger is doing his farewell tour of CMLL this weekend. There's like 2 or 3 shows that he's doing massive shit with. So get on CMLL's Facebook or YouTube pages for all the links to the show and that. But Liger, I'm getting it right this time, sorry. Farewell tour of CMLL. So, yeah, that's it, mate.
Yeah. Fair enough. And that does it for the week. Where can people find you, Big Boy Mikey?
B+_Big Boy on the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Grapples, or Loco Per Lucha on all the same things.
And I am at Greg Unchained on Twitter, at the Greg Unchained on Instagram. We collectively are the B+ Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling isn't fit. The B+ Wrestling everywhere else. Like, share, subscribe, 5-star review if you like what we do. And thank you so much for listening.